Good morning, YouTube. I am Z James. This is Z13 Workshop, and this behind me is my 1993 Nissan 300ZX convertible car. That's what I'm doing performance upgrades to. Many processes coming on, but today is one thing I'm going to tell you. We're going to be doing. We are going to be doing. We're starting today. We're going to start. Let me speak properly to you. We are gonna start working on doing the rear suspension upgrades. I've got a whole bunch of slew of parts. I did in a previews for most of you guys, and I finally got the rest of the suspension components in after a long delay, and a long delay of me actually getting back into the garage to do stuff. Just to give you guys a recap, quick recap. What we're putting on today is SPC rear toe link. This replaces the factory one. This is adjustable, so I can do whatever I'd like to do with it. And it has actually got a rubber bushing on the inside. It's not a hemicylinder joint like most of them are. It's the reason why I chose this. I didn't want to go super harsh on the ride. And the parts that just finally showed up is a bunch of OEM rubber so that I can replace and do my Koni shocks. All the OEM rubber I finally got from Z1. They were the better, to be honest with you, better price. Once again, not a sponsor, but that's okay. So that's what we're gonna be doing today, is putting this on both sides. This is pretty easy, in my thought anyway. Each end is held on by, one end is held on by a 17mm bolt, 19mm bolt. I'm using a deep well on what's going on. So that's what we're doing today on this project. So let me go show you in the car. I've got everything sort of lit up and taking a look at, so you guys don't have to worry about it right now. And I haven't started the process, but as you can see right here, this is a 19mm. That back there is a 17. I have not tried taking this stuff off yet, because we're going to be replacing this one. That's what today's goal, or I should say this morning's goal, is going to be. Is get this guy off. Now, if you notice, this is a straight piece, and this guy is somewhat curved. So it should still work because you can adjust it to the right length, and it doesn't really matter in that aspect. So we're gonna go put this, replace that with this, and I'm gonna get this thing close to the right spot and get it locked in, and then we can adjust it from the get-go out there. It is one of many components here that are being replaced. We're replacing this, the upper controller. Hang on, let me see if you can see this. We're going to be replacing this. Next episode, we'll be replacing the front traction rod on this, which you'll see the very common problem for this is the bolt here, but don't worry about that. Then we'll be replacing the upper camber arm here, the shock, and then we are going to be replacing the lower control arm, which is going to be a real chore to do, because to do the lower control arm, you have to take out the axle to get access to the ball joint. So the whole axle is going to come, take it off here, undo this bolt, then undo the 5 bolts or 6 bolts that hold the rear differential, and slide it out of the way to get access to it. So it's going to be a process for that lower control arm. And then you still got to take the shock out, which I'm going to do ahead of time to do this. So it's going to be, yeah, this one right here you got to take out. To do that, you got to take this off, which isn't super difficult. But it's, once I take this off, I might as well put my Koni shocks and my other stuff that I got lined up for it. So anyway, let's put you guys in time warp here, and we're going to start doing this. So 3, 2, 1 hand. 3, 2, 1. Woo, woo. off time warp. Toe link out. Front bolt out. Cam bolt out. This is a cam bolt. It is done so you can adjust in the car. You do get a little bit of adjustment either way. This here will give you lots more of adjustment. And the reason it does that is because of these two right here. If you spin this a certain direction, it expands out. These are two lock nuts. This is done for lowering the car, and also which my car is going to get a little bit lowered. I'm looking at a 3/4 inch drop all the way around. So this is how this one compares, and this is how I'm going to get this within reason, mind you, of the right thing. So we're going to take this bolt, and we're going to do this. All right, so that's in the right spot. This guy over here, you can see, is off. You see what I'm saying? So what I plan on doing is getting, let's see if I can get this, let's try to get this so it's on the same plane. Ah, it ain't gonna work, is it? Sucker. Biggest problem gets to be is, well, let's do it this way. Can I do it this way? Not quite, but it's pretty close. What I did is take this bolt here and line it up this way through, and then I'm going to adjust this out. And mind you, I'm adjusting, not spinning one end, adjusting this in the middle, because that will keep even threads on both ends of this until we get to the desired length here. Because I want to have this as close to factory as I want right now until I lower the car. That way, when I get the car lowered, this can get adjusted here without having to use this cam bolt to get it figured out. So let me grab something here real fast and we'll get this taken care of and get this adjusted. So let's do that. Let's undo these. Undo jam bolt. Come on, jam bolt. Get out of there. And then it looks like she could use a turn. A couple spins that way. Not quite there. Getting that. I'm gonna check it with a couple of other ideas here. I'm gonna use. That'll work there. So close. Dang. This end ought to work though. Alright. Oh. What I got, a couple punches that I'm going to use here to help try to line this up. So here's the back one. I know it's not 100% perfect because there's a little bit of wiggle play here, but the front should be a lot better now. Give me an idea of how close I am to being straight. And it looks like I still have some ways to go with, oh, that's the wrong way, this way. You gotta grow. Not bad. See, this takes a little bit. Let me get this adjusted here. I'll get back with you. Alright everybody, we're back here real fast. I measured those up trying to use both these punches here to help this out. Let's get a little bit better view here. What I ended up doing is using this to get this close. Then I used a steel ruler to do it flat this way. From the edge of this hole to edge of this hole was 13.5 inches, and I did the same here. and then I use these lock nuts. Now, to realize this is, you spin this one way to make it longer, which means one of these threads is a left-handed thread. Just so you know, so thread one, so, because if it was all the same thread, this would just move up and down and not do an expansion thing. And that's what it did. Now, this kit, also from SPC Performance here, comes with, and comes with a new bolt and 2 washers and a nut. Now, for me, this tells me, because there isn't really a whole lot of instructions here, but my guess is it replaces that guy. Because you don't need this guy anymore, which is the cam bolt. Because this process here replaces it. Replaces that on there. So you won't need that. I'm gonna put this back into the car. I will not tighten anything down. Let me do this. I'm gonna put this back into the car on this, with the new bolt and stuff and hardware on the back side, and reusing the old bolt here. I will not tighten anything down. Repeat, I will not tighten anything down, because you won't. The only time you want to torque these things is when the suspension is under compression and under load. I can get them hand tight so they're in position, and maybe a few turns to get them so they're a little tight but not tightened down. The reason you do that is so you don't jam up the rubber on either end in the bushings, because you need that done under load. And that's where I'm going to be at for this morning. I sort of ran out of time. We're only going to do the one side. Tomorrow's video will be the other side. This is the driver's side at the moment. And then I am, because of the slight bend here, I'm probably going to install them this way to keep this up out of the way, because this shouldn't, like this, into the car. So I'm going to put you on time warp. I'm going to put that back in. Okay? So 3, 2, 1, woo, woo! Boom. All right, guys. It's back in the rear lower toe link. I haven't gotten it tightened in. Let's take a look at it so you guys understand. That's loose because it's just when you tighten this down, it will pinch these arms out. And this guy, hopefully you saw in the video, I've got it where I got the washers. Now the washers are different. Hopefully I showed them to you, but they were thicker. And that is to replace these cam bolt washers, which help, you know, change it, and they're thicker. It's because we're getting rid of this bolt with the new one that they supplied. Once again, I am not tightening anything down right now, so it's all loose. I'm going to tighten them down just a little bit to start pinching things, but we aren't done. Now, when I said I'm replacing much of the suspension, I am not doing anything of these knuckles as of yet. They all look pretty good. So I'm just going to reuse them because that's a major undertaking to replace them, which I will do if need be. So that's going to do it for today's video, everybody. I know this is kind of a short one. I only showed you one side, the driver's side, but I'm running short this morning and I need to keep moving on this process. So tomorrow morning will be the other side. And then we'll move on to the next suspension component. So if you guys have any questions or comments, please hit me up in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. This channel is very small and I'm just trying to get information out on how to work on the 300ZX, the Z32 platform in specific, and anything in garage related. The one other side note I should tell you, when I was breaking off these bolts, the ones out front, I needed to use a cheater bar. It was on there tight, and then if you didn't see me, I used some penetrating lube on doing this stuff. So, all right, I'll catch you guys all later. Take care, and I'll maybe see you tomorrow morning or whenever I can get back out into the garage to do things. All right, take care. Bye.